I would like now to give the floor to German Simon, the author of the concept of hidden champions. German Simon, you know quite well the situation in Russia. You came here to the High School of Economics. You made a presentation in Russia. You had an interview. Russia knows you well. You are some kind of brand for us, you know. Maybe you don't know all this, our championship kitchen, so to say, championship company so well, but still maybe you still can speak about how the work is being done in Russia with hidden champions. Maybe you can speak about the situation in Russia still, without knowing it so well. And what's new? When will you have new books? Maybe about some other champions. German Simon is Simon Kutcher and Partners founder and honorary chairman. Please, you are welcome.
Spasibo and Dobry den. It's very interesting what Evgeny and Mihai said, because it instigates immediately one or twice. When you internationalize, don't rely on the government. I will give you the current situation of the German hidden champions. Hidden champions is, of course, a contradiction. Normally, you know a champion, hidden. How does that fit together? My definition of hidden champions is as follows. A company which is one of the top 3 in its market worldwide, has less than 5 billion euros in revenue and is little known in the general public. Then I think you said it was 1 billion. I expanded that to 5 billion, the threshold, because the hidden champions have grown very strongly during the last 30 years since I started to investigate them. They are today, on the average, about 10 times larger. Some of them are 30 times larger. So from 1 billion euro companies, we have now 30 billion euro companies like Fresenius Care, or companies which made 50 million 25 years ago now make 1 billion. Tremendous growth. And my new book will actually be Hidden Champions, Ascent and Transformation. Because we now, with Corona, but not with Corona alone, we face a new situation. So the main driver of globalization and revenue growth has been internationalization, mostly through exports. But that's changing now, not through Corona, but already since the financial crisis 10 years ago. From 1919 till 2010, global exports grew twice as fast as the global gross domestic product. Since 2010, the growth of global exports was similar to the growth of the global domestic product. And since 2015, it's less. Exports grow more slowly than the gross domestic products. And I think Corona will accelerate this trend, and it means the following, that exports will be substituted by foreign direct investments. We see that very strongly in the United States and in China. For instance, the hidden champions have a very strong presence in China already. 60% of them are with their own operations in China. And that means, for instance, they are not that strongly affected by the Corona crisis, because China, as you may have read, is continuing to grow. So we see a change in globalization from export to foreign direct investment, and also, of course, digitalization plays a key role. And in digitalization, we have to distinguish between consumer-oriented and business-oriented digitalization. In the consumer markets, that's a game of the Americans and the Chinese, and German hidden champions do not play a role. In business-to-business markets, that's very, very different. There, German hidden champions often are leading. This relates to industrial processes, which is close to their traditional business, but it also relates to new software companies. For instance, let me give you a couple of examples. TeamViewer is the global leader in remote screen sharing. Maybe you are using them, and they are installed on more than 2 billion devices. Maybe if you're an expert, you are familiar with long short-term memory, LSTM. That is, for instance, the software behind Siri of Apple, and LSTM is installed on more than 3 billion smartphones. Or if you are not yet using DeepL.com, I recommend it. It's by far the best translation system, and they have also Russian in their, right now they have 8 languages, and in many tests they have beaten Google and Microsoft Translate. So the hidden champions are very strong in industrial digitalization, not present essentially in consumer-oriented. Innovation is, of course, the continuing foundation for their success, and we see that they invest twice as much into R&D than the average industrial company in Germany. And they have 31 patents per 1,000 employees. Large companies like Siemens, Bosch, etc., have 6 patents per 1,000 employees. And areas with a lot of breakthrough innovations are transportations. For instance, we have been running the first hydrogen train on a daily basis since 2 years now. We have a new magnetically levitated train developed by a private company, which will be operational in 1 or 2 years. Hidden champions are leading in new electric aircraft fields, in energy, for instance, in hydrogen generation, and of course in automation, industrial automation, which is their accustomed field. And a new trait there is the role of ecosystems, where one company does not act on its own and alone, but is part of a system. Let me give you one example. ASML, that's a Dutch hidden champion, has 80 to 90% of the market for extreme ultraviolet production of electronic chips. And that is an ecosystem. ASML manufactures the end product, and the 2 other partners are Trumpf, which is the global leader in laser machines for industrial metal processing, and Zeiss, which contributes the optical system. And these systems are so complex, it's difficult to imagine. For instance, the laser of Trumpf has 450,000 parts and weighs 17 tons alone. That's part of the big machine which then ASML delivers practically as a monopolist. They are the only ones who can do that. Or in medical technology, we have such an ecosystem in Tuttlingen, in the Black Forest area, where are more than 500 medical technology firms. Or in Jena, we have an ecosystem for photonics, optronics and photonics, with more than 170 firms specialized in this field. And a very important new trend is sustainability. Some people say sustainability is the new digital. So we have also a lot of innovation there. As far as the impact of the crisis is concerned, of course, we have to differentiate according to industries. Suppliers to the aircraft industry are in deep trouble. Suppliers to outdoor equipment, which is has become very popular, are booming. For instance, electro bikes, etc. But overall, the hidden champions are doing quite well. And one of the main reasons is their global presence, especially this ongoing strength of China. So this is a short overview of the development and the current situation of the hidden champions. Thank you very much. Спасибо.
Да, спасибо большое, уважаемый.
Thank you very much, dear German. Do you have any questions to Herman Simon, maybe from the audience or our participants of our discussion? Thank you very much. I think this is quite impressive what you have said. And
I have one request whether Mikhail and Evgeny can send me some information back. Perhaps Argus and Promet are also hidden champions. That's my impression. So send me some information on your company, and I have currently about 3,300 hidden champions in my global list. Roughly 1,500 are from Germany. In the current list, I have 29 from Russia, but this Russian list is certainly not complete, so we have more. And when you find one which fulfills the criteria, top 3 in the world, less than 5 billion, please let me know so that I can make my Russian list more comprehensive.
Да. Герман, мы попробуем удовлетворить ваше...
Herman, we'll try to satisfy your curiosity. Yes, I think this hidden champions company's data is accumulated all the time, and in our associations we also have the information about this. But I think these hidden champions, your hidden champions are not hidden, already, because we are aware about them. But our champions seems to be hidden still, and of course we are ready to give you this information about them. Maybe you will expand your Russian list as well, we will be glad to do this. Maybe our Russian hidden champions are quite similar to your hidden champions, which you have in other countries. Maybe our Russian champions, hidden champions, are not so globalized, but maybe they're younger, maybe they are more, brave, because among German champions there are companies which remember Bismarck even, since in the end of 19th century. We have very young capitalism system. That's why maybe we are more, energetic and enthusiastic. Maybe it will be more interesting for us also to find out our hidden champions in Russia. Thank you very much, Herman Simon.